what is the probability that we came to be by accident? Evolutionists claim that life arose out of non-life somewhere in the vicinity of 3 to 4 billion years ago. Is that a statistically plausible idea? It would seem, and we're often told, that given enough time, well, anything can happen. The field of mathematics studies probability all the time. It's called statistics. So what is the probability? The possibility of an event happening when it comes to life being created without a God. Guess what? Turns out, the math, it just doesn't add up. Imagine yourself in a room and it's full of dials and knobs and levers and they're everywhere. And when you begin to change even one of them, the whole room begins to go crazy with alarms. It turns out that every single dial is finely tuned to the exact settings they need to be, and you can't change them one bit. This finely tuned concept is exactly how the universe is constructed. There are dozens of details that have to be exactly right in order for life to exist at all. Some examples of this are the rate of the expansion of the universe, or the speed of light, the ratio of oceans to continents, the tilt of the planetary axis, the volcanic activity, chlorine quantity in the atmosphere, the transparency of the atmosphere, oxygen levels, and dozens of other things so finely tuned. There are more than 120 different known parameters required for life to exist on planet Earth, and some of them can't even vary by as much as 1,000th of 1% without total annihilation of all life. This finely tuned parameter is called the anthropic principle. Without them, we have no life. So what's the statistical probability that all of these parameters, the knobs and the dials, line up just right here on Earth? Turns out that the probability is somewhere around 10 to the 166th power. That is a 10 with 166 zeros behind it. To give you an idea of how small that is, imagine buying a single lottery ticket each week and then winning the lottery 21 times in a row. Or imagine having a laser pointer the size of a single atom and then randomly pointing it at a target the size of a single atom in our galaxy and hitting it on the first try. These are things that mathematicians call statistical impossibilities. There just isn't enough time, and there isn't enough matter in the universe to make it happen by chance. When evolutionists say that it took 3 to 4 billion years to form life on planet Earth, that sounds like a really, really long time, but the mathematicians say it wouldn't be nearly long enough. There just isn't enough time for us to be here on accident. Instead, the Bible presents us with a picture of design. God purposed and planned to make us in His image, and it is His finely tuned design that holds it all together. He set the knobs, He set the dials. For by Him all things were created that are in heaven and that are on the earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created through Him and for Him. And He is before all things. And in Him all things consist. Colossians 1:16 through 17.